Hey there, and howdy to all you good people out there in football land. This is your old cousin Scotty here with another bag of tasty pigskin picks. Oh, and by the way, I still haven't managed to get pork rinds of my own with my name on them yet. Man, you talk about a game. Kentucky and Tennessee. The Cats fumbled 4 times, and the Vols could only manage to get about 10 points off of it. And then every time the Vols went forward 5 yards, they went backwards 15. Yep, I picked UT to win out of pity more than anything else, and that helped me to fall to another 4-2 record. And who knew the Golden Eagles would lay an egg? Oh, by the way, want to apologize to all the Gator fans out there. The Swamp Lizards took such a beating last week, they wound up firing the coach. But let's see what we can get into this week. Oh, I was a-thinking, and that can't go good sometimes, and then it hit me. Or was that my wife? Either way, I thought we'd try picking from a crop of strange or just plain weird mascots. I'll introduce you to them here as we go. See what happens today. Let's start today off with Western Kentucky versus Vanderbilt. This is Big Red and Mr. Commodore. Big Red will help Mike Stanford and the boys lead an invasion into Middle Tennessee against a war-torn Commodore. After getting roasted in Columbia, the Nashville Navy really needs a week to heal up and repair that sinking ship of theirs. If they try real hard, they might be able to use bits and pieces of that big red blob to plug some of the holes in the ship. The Hilltoppers are 5-3 and working hard on bowl eligibility this year, but old Derek Mason, the man at the helm of the Dudley Field schooner, is going to make them wait at least one more week before they can celebrate. Unfortunately, slowing down Big Red won't help the Doors share in the bowl dream. Cousin Scotty's pick, Vandy. Maryland versus Rutgers. We've got the Terrapins versus the Scarlet Knights. A herd of turtles is heading into New Jersey to battle the less than fierce Scarlet Knights. Who named this team? Daffy Duck? No fear has ever struck in the hearts of their opponents by their name or by their play this year. At 3-5 and facing a very loaded schedule, these Knights won't see the light of day until basketball season. The Terps are sitting at 4-4 and should get one step closer to bowl action this week. However, if they don't watch Facing the Giants and find some supernatural help, that's about as close as they'll get. For this week, though, the chant is Fear the Turtle. Cousin Scotty's pick, Maryland. Cincinnati versus Tulane. The Bearcats and the Green Wave. Check them out. The big hybrid felines will hop a southbound Delta jet to the Big Easy for a little weekend feast. Some jambalaya Friday night, beignets for breakfast, and red beans and rice for lunch. Then the Green Waves for dinner? The Hurricanes have been bad in the Gulf so far this year, and so is Tulane. The issue could be the mascot confusion. The Green Wave also has this freaky-looking bird of some sort making all manner of ruckus over on the sidelines. If only the team had his energy. Now let's see about this half cat, half bear. Species confusion seems to have, messed up the identity of this particular gentleman. And by the time it figures out which tree it needs to pee on, the season will be over and they'll be at home watching bowl games from the couch. This week will be the last probability of either of these teams putting another W in the win column. So Cousin Scotty's going to pick, believe it or not, Tulane. How about Akron versus Miami of Ohio? The Zips and the Redhawks. Meet Zippy. The Kangaroo Club will bounce into Oxford on Saturday night and try to hop around these Redbirds for about 60 minutes. Try as they may, that Roo just won't have enough Goodyear rubber in its joints to spring out of this one. The Redhawks need this game real bad if they're going to win the East Division of the MAC, and I believe they're going to taste kangaroo meat early on in this contest. That Roo can dance all it wants to, but them Hawks are coming from the air too many times this week, and the Zips just won't be able to bounce away. Cousin Scotty's pick, the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. Alabama versus LSU. Everybody say hello to Big Al and Mike. I know where they got the Big Al from, but Mike the Tiger? Come on, LSU. A good name. Fine, try something else. Anything. The High Tide will roll into Baton Rouge on Saturday evening, feeling a little butthurt over this year's first college playoff ranking. Big Al and the boys are used to being number one and get a tad resentful when they're not. Coach O will give Saban's brood a run for its money early, but the Tigers just don't have the stuff to hang Tide deep into the night. Old Mike will do a few push-ups for the hometown crew, but in the end it just won't be enough. Cousin Scotty and everybody else's pick, Alabama. And finally for today, the Syracuse Orangemen versus the Florida State Seminoles. Everybody, this is Otto and Osceola, and he's riding Renegade. Otto will round his team up and head to Tallahassee for lunch on Saturday. The Orangemen have been all over the charts this year, with a loss to MTSU and a freakish win over Clemson. Who are these guys and why are they 4-4? Consistency. This week they can't run. Next week they can't pass. Against Clemson, no errors at all. This is a team that will keep coaches up all night. In some conferences, it would be a good time for Dino Babers to update his resume. And speaking of resume-generating moments, how long will the Tallahassee Tomahawkers put up with this sort of season? 2-5 Florida State? Really? Come on, Jimbo. His seat is hotter than a Miami beach at noon on Saturday afternoon in August. Will he survive? This week could be that defining moment for the Noles. You can read all you want, but in the end, flip a coin to call this one. I think the New Jersey natives are going to have some temperature trouble in Tallahassee, and it may be the Noles' only hope. A Cousin Scotty's pick in a close one, Florida State. Well, that's going to do it for me this week, folks. I'll be back next week with another big bag of tasty pigskin picks. And remember, this is all in fun. I wasn't responsible for any betting stuff. That's on you. So y'all be good to folks this week and laugh all you can. May God bless your socks off and God bless America. And I still ain't got no Cousin Scotty's pork rinds. See y'all.